Today we are going to discuss nutrition management and diabetes management using food groups. To be very easy and understandable, we use a pyramid to explain different food groups. So we start with the food groups. This is a different pyramid used only for the management of diabetes. We begin with water, that is at the base. The pyramid is triangle, the base is largest. The largest base, that means water should be maximum in your day-to-day intake. And then next comes, that means it is about 6 glasses of water per day. Then we go over to the vegetables and fruit group. This vegetable and fruit group consists of maximum in your day-to-day diet. Any vegetables from different groups can be picked up and eaten in your meal, and fruits can be picked up according to the prescribed amount from the groups and according using the exchange list we will be explaining later on as we go ahead in the lecture. The third group is cereal based group, which has cereals, pulses and legumes. This is carbohydrate plus protein group. We all know that our food contains protein, fat. आवाज तुम्ही कसा ऐकतायत? आहे ना? येते ना आवाज? Start with today's lecture, nutrition management in diabetes management using food groups. We all know there are 5 food groups, and these food groups represent what we eat in our day-to-day life. This food pyramid is the easiest way to decide how to eat, how much to eat and when to eat. This pyramid also tells us what do we eat and how do we pick up food. As we all know, food contains protein, fat, carbohydrate in the food, which gives rise to the sugar in our blood. And that is why important is how much of protein, how much of fat and how much of carbohydrate we should take. Now how does one decide how much to take from each group and how do we calculate? So for easy to decide how to manage your diabetes, not using the numbers but using the pyramid groups. So we start over from the base. We start our day with the water. The largest at the base of the pyramid is water, which tells you that you should take 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Now water is very important in the management of diabetes. The more you drink water, more you will excrete excess sugar in your urine. So if you drink good amount of water, your sugar will remain in control. Then we go over to the next group. Next largest base is filled with vegetables and fruit. Now this vegetables and fruit has all the groups of vegetables having all the colors, green, yellow, red and even white. That includes your roots, your leafy vegetables and your other vegetables. This should be maximum in your food or in your day-to-day intake. Then we go over to the third group, that is your cereals and pulses. Cereals and pulses give you both carbohydrate and protein, whereas vegetables will not give you protein but only carbohydrate, fiber and other vitamins and minerals. So we need in our diet protein, fat, carbohydrate and minerals and vitamins from the vegetable group, and therefore we need to consume more amount from these two groups in order to meet our daily requirement, not only to control our sugar, but everybody's body has a definite requirement of calories, protein, fat and vitamins and minerals. Therefore, we are telling you here how do you manage your requirement to function effectively in your day-to-day normal life. So we say about cereals. Cereals is a maximum Indian diet is a cereal based diet and we use maximum. We begin our day with chapatis and we end our days with chapati, rice or pulse and legumes. Therefore, every meal should have a definite amount, prescribed amount from this group. Also, because we eat more amount of cereals, more of our protein and carbohydrate come from cereal groups. Also, pulses should be included at least in 2 of the meals in a more amount in order to meet a vegetarian group of protein from this group. Then we go over to the moderate eating. The moderate eating is low fat dairy products. Which are these products? These are milk, cheese, butter or egg, fish, chicken from the non-veg group. Now this group is very important in our day-to-day life. It gives us good amount of protein, but this protein is also combined with carbohydrate and fat. Therefore, we say that it should be eaten picked up from a low-fat group where there is less fat and less of other carbohydrates which are not needed from this group. Basically, this group should be kept for maintaining our protein requirement of the day. So, say a glass of milk, 2 to 3 servings we say from this group. It's a glass of milk or a glass of buttermilk or a cup of curd in one meal. Or if you are a non-vegetarian, you can have 2 pieces of fish or chicken in one of the meal to make this group. This protein is very important not only to give the body functions or repair of the body, but it is also important for a diabetic person to enhance the immunity. The best immunity a diabetic can get using this group in an effective way, because diabetics are immunocompromised patients. Their immunity is low, they can get infection very soon. That's why we must choose from this group at least 2 to 3 servings daily in a day. Next we go over to the fat group. Most important, in Indian cooking, we cannot cook without using fat. We are using most of the fat in all the meals. From breakfast to dinner, we use fat. So, which fat to use, how much to use is a question in our mind all through our life. So, this group is at the top of the pyramid and it should be used like a thumb. If we keep our hand, it should be just at the top, peak, a little amount just to add taste or say the palatability or acceptability to the our meal, not for the taste or not for the appearance. So this includes nuts and the visible oil from what we buy in the market and use it in the food. So among the nuts, we all know it is almonds, walnuts and all sorts of raisins and pistachio nuts and other nuts, which are to be used as you will learn in the lecture ahead sparingly, and how much to use and how to count these nuts in your daily diet, because these nuts do have some good essential fatty acids which are essential for our body. So we go over to the meat group. Why we have kept this meat group particularly in this diabetes pyramid up? Because it contains red meat. Now red meat we say to avoid generally, but if one must eat red meat in your food, it should be sparingly eaten or eaten in a definite size of the cut pieces, so that you are getting it only that much, and it should also be without fat. So the fat should be removed. The lean meat means the fat is removed and the portion is cut. So lean meat, cut portions of lean meat could be used in a sparingly amount just at the top of the pyramid, and once in a 15 days or once in a month. So therefore it comes at the top. And among other sweets we have put sugar. It can be in a other group, but sugar is to be used also sparingly, or sugar not to be used. As a diabetic, we are not going to use any free sugar directly, but the sweets made without using sugar also contains high amount of fat. Therefore, sweets are kept at the top of the pyramid. So this pyramid, I hope by looking at it, or seeing the portion size, servings written on it, we can decide that entire pyramid is important to select food choices and the right food choices in our day-to-day eating or in particular meal.